Well, it's been kind of an interesting day from a meteorological point of view. We had a hurricane when we started the day, and now we've got a tropical storm, and some interesting things happened along the way that made, I think, most folks go, and you never want to do that with a tropical system. But this is not going to be a hurricane in South Florida, and we are going to see tropical storm conditions. Now, that's what we've been talking about since the beginning of the week, to prepare for tropical storm conditions, and that message has not changed at all. It does look like a marginal or maybe low-end shutter event. Those of you who put up your shutters, not a bad idea. Those of you who didn't put up your shutters, I think you're going to be fine. So these are always tough calls when they're right on the borderline like that. But let's talk about the latest as of 5 o'clock. Located at 25.1. So we always talk about these latitude and longitude numbers. There's 25. 26 is about Miami-Dade, Broward line. And so as this number goes up, that means the storm's going up. 78.7. This is the line 80 here. So as this number goes up, then this comes this way. And both of these numbers are going to change together, and we want that number to go a little faster than that number, of course, so that we get more of a direction like that. Winds are 70 miles an hour. It may even be weaker than that. Hurricane hunters are still investigating, and we might, by the 8 o'clock advisory, know that it's even come down more in intensity. It has slowed down its forward speed, though, only moving 10 miles an hour now. So at 115 miles southeast of Fort Lauderdale, the center is about 11 hours away if everything were to continue in that general direction. All right, let's talk about what's going on. And actually, let me start my computer here because I was so excited to get on and talk about all the information here. I didn't start my computer. There we go. Here is the satellite loop, and look at that right there. There is the center of Isaías. What happened through the day today is that it experienced two different types of steering winds. The winds that steer the storm for a weaker storm are more southeast to west-northwest, kind of this general direction toward South Florida. The steering currents that steer a stronger storm are more southeast to northwest, basically in that general direction. The storm today experienced both of the steering currents. So earlier on, when it was still a hurricane, it was moving to the northwest. And then it ran over Andros and weakened substantially and started experiencing the weaker steering currents and moved to the west-northwest. And that's when everybody went, whoa, because all of a sudden it was pointing right at South Florida. But now it's over here, and see this up here? These are big, big thunderstorms that have gone up now, and that means that we've got a strengthening storm, or at least a steady storm out there. So it's likely now to start experiencing those steering currents once again and should resume that northwest motion. There's the radar. Wow, lots of lightning on that north side of the thunderstorms there. Once again, that's an indication that it is starting to come back a little bit. As far as we're concerned, we've had these squalls moving through the area today. One big one earlier. Right now, just some lighter showers and squalls. As we go through the evening, I think these are going to gradually increase, and overnight tonight we'll see pretty steady types of squalls. One more example of that. Two systems depending on the steering currents. The models kind of caught it. Here was the idea that anything that was stronger would follow that. Anything that's weaker would follow that. There's the middle of it. And it's probably going to be somewhere close to the middle unless it does get a bit stronger. And then it would go a little bit more to the north like that. So let's break it down what's going on. Hurricane warnings still to the north. Tropical storm warnings to the south. Broward, Miami-Dade, and Key Largo under the tropical storm warnings. Hurricane warnings, Palm Beach County on to the north. There is the tropical storm wind outline right there. These are the tropical storm conditions. This is the nastier part of the weather. When the weather gets bad, it's not necessarily that we're always blowing 40 miles an hour, but it's more into the tropical storm conditions as we like to think of it. The cone at this point, it's pretty much not of use to us because the storm is just so close. That's the outline of the cone there. Let's follow the time here. 8 p.m. tonight. Northerly winds, tropical storm conditions just offshore. There we are at midnight now. Tropical storm conditions have pushed into eastern Broward and northeast Miami-Dade. Here we go on into about 4 a.m. The storm is forecast to intensify, become a hurricane again. The wind field kind of holding steady there. It hasn't expanded much south or west. There could be tropical storm gusts down here, but the better bet for tropical storm force winds eastern Broward and northeast Miami-Dade. There we are at 8 a.m. Now, because the motion is slower, we see these tropical storm conditions persisting through tomorrow morning, and then as we go to noon tomorrow, finally we start to see things improve as the system begins to move on out. So what are we doing now? Well, it's overnight to tomorrow morning, basically, and the storm is upon us. So we're mainly going to be concerned about power outages, power outages, power outages. So place flashlights tonight before you go to bed where they can be easily found in case the power goes out during the night. You can just pick it up. Also, you're going to want to turn your freezer setting, not your refrigerator, but your freezer to the coldest setting to help it stay cold longer if the power goes out. Finally, and this is a big one, don't venture out, because in these type of storms, when there's not a lot of damage, there could be down power lines, and we don't want anybody to be hurt from that.